you refuse to disperse, you'll be arrested for disorderly conduct.
Who will you arrest? Me or all of us?
All of you.
And you and how many officers are you going to bring
Right
out to do
behind
it?
you.
So
Don't worry, there's more coming.
So you are saying we don't have a right to protest in this town?
The Niagara Falls officer walked into a peaceful protest, already assuming the demonstrators were criminals instead of citizens exercising protected speech. He immediately threatened arrest for disorderly conduct, simply because the protesters carried graphic anti-circumcision signs on a public sidewalk. According to the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. The protesters repeatedly explained that they were standing on public property and did not need a permit to express political speech. Instead of identifying any actual crime, the officer admitted on camera that the imagery on the signs offended people, and that was the real reason he wanted them gone. In that moment, the officer transformed a routine call into a potential federal civil rights lawsuit with his own words.
Yeah. Hold on. Gentlemen, you can remove the signs or you can come with me. Up to you.
Officer, we are the Bloodstained Men. We believe we have a constitutional right to hold signs in
Okay,
public.
well, it's vulgar and it affects other people. And we got called on it.
The ACLU has defended our right to protest in
You have the
public
word
spaces.
foreskin and penis on your signs
Officer,
for public view.
Officer, I suggest you call the city attorney before you push your viewpoint further than this.
I'm telling you to pack it up and move. If you refuse to disperse, you'll be arrested for disorderly conduct.
Who will you arrest? Me or all of us?
All of you.
And you and how many officers are you going to bring
Right
out to
behind
do it?
you.
So
Don't worry, there's more coming.
So you are saying we don't have a right to protest in this town?
Not here on a city sidewalk.
Could you show us the code enforcement?
The situation became even worse when the officer falsely claimed the protesters needed a permit to stand on a city sidewalk. He could not cite a single ordinance, statute, or municipal code when the demonstrators calmly asked him to identify the law he was enforcing. In Hague v. Committee for Industrial Organization, 1939, the Supreme Court stated that streets and sidewalks have immemorially been held in trust for the use of the public. The protesters understood this better than the officer because they had spent over a decade demonstrating in hundreds of cities without incident. Even when accused of blocking the sidewalk, they adjusted their positions slightly to remove any excuse for escalation. Their calm responses exposed the reality that the confrontation was not about safety or obstruction, but about an officer attempting to suppress speech he personally disliked.
City sidewalk.
Could you show it to us?
No. You can look it up because you should have got a permit before
we
you
don't
were
need a
out here.
permit. The Constitution is our permit,
You need
officer.
a permit out here.
So what is your demand?
Disperse.
Do you realize that puts you in league with only a handful of cities? We've been over 500 cities across the United
it's time
States.
to go. I'm telling you to go, or we can do it my way. Up to you.
Why do you say it's your way? Who ordered you to do it? So you're doing it on your own?
Because of this.
Because of what?
You have blood on your crotches.
Any laws, officer. We are not breaking any laws. We have a constitutional right to protest. We have a constitutional right to protest in the United States. Were you raised in the same country I was raised in? We have a constitutional right to protest.
So you're refusing to disperse?
I didn't say that. We're talking.
No.
I want to see the legal citation.
It's dispersed?
Now, what do you mean by disperse?
Go back to your vehicles, pack it up.
Who is your duty officer? Who is your duty lieutenant?
Our duty lieutenant?
Who is in charge?
He's long and gone by now.
Who is in charge?
Probably a B shift lieutenant.
We would like to talk to someone higher than you, officer.
Okay.
We feel that you're making a reason.
Well, you can put the signs in your vehicle till the duty lieutenant shows up.
We would like to talk to someone in charge, officer. You are making a very bad mistake in judgment here. We have a constitutional right.
We also want to be clear that we're not here to get arrested.
We're not here.
We
We
want
are not
to
here to
assert
get
our
arrested.
rights as much as possible, but we do not. Our goal is not to cause a problem for anyone.
We don't need a permit. The ACLU has confirmed that we don't need a permit to protest the public streets and sidewalks.
You're blocking the sidewalk.
We're not blocking the sidewalk.
You're on the sidewalk.
We do not block. We do not block any.
What I'm saying is you are blocking the sidewalk.
Mike, move over a little bit so that they can't claim that we're blocking the sidewalk.
If you're not on the sidewalk, then you're going to be on Sunoco property.
We are not going on private property, officer. Can you please bring?
And now you're on the sidewalk.
Can you please bring your?
They're already on their way.
Whoever's in
They're
charge
already on their way.
Because I'm willing to talk to you, but we are firmly convinced that we have a constitutional right
You're
to do
convinced
this.
or assured?
We know. We're assured.
Okay, because
The ACLU will back us up on that.
Okay.
We're on tour of New York State. Really? Yeah.
This is day 4. We were in Orchard Park earlier today.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Fine. The police didn't bother us a bit. We were in Monticello. David, what other cities?
We were in Orchard Park this morning. We were in
borderline
Monticello
auditors.
And, Oneonta, Binghamton.
We were in Oneonta yesterday.
It was reported that you guys were exposing yourselves. Was anybody exposing their
That's
private parts?
absolutely false.
Okay,
That's
that's
absolutely false. The officer said that someone called in and said that we were exposing. That is absolutely false, officer. Absolutely false. That's the second time I've heard that over the years. We've been doing this for 11 years. Several years ago, someone called.
I'm just telling you what it was reported.
I understand that, and I believe you because it happened before. But we're not insane.
You're with them too? Over
Yeah,
there?
we're all together.
Yeah, they're all together, but no one was exposing themselves.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. That would. We are not lunatics, officer.
So you are.
No, I understand. You got
You
that
have a right to
report.
protest. I'm not saying you don't. I guess the only issue would be obviously if there was any
Say the verbiage on the signs.
exposing yourselves or
Officer, we have been doing this for 11
they're
years.
calling you.
The turning point arrived when another officer or supervisor finally intervened through a phone call that likely saved the department from a disastrous lawsuit. Until that moment, the original officer continued escalating despite having no evidence that anyone committed indecent exposure or violated the law. According to Florida versus JL, 2000, an anonymous tip alone seldom demonstrates the informant's basis of knowledge or veracity without police corroboration. The responding officers never witnessed anyone exposing themselves because the allegation was completely false from the beginning. Once the supervisor realized the protesters were simply holding signs on a public sidewalk, the tone of the encounter immediately changed. One phone call stopped a bad arrest, protected the city from liability, and prevented a constitutionally protected protest from becoming another example of unlawful police conduct.
We've been doing this for 11 years, officer. We pride ourselves on getting along with the cops. We have cops in our movement. We actually have cops in our movement.
Oh, I'm sure you have. Hello. People with foreskin? Yes. And bloody crotches. They're on the sidewalk. They do not have their pants down around their ankles. No, just the words, the verbiage. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good God. Where is he? Benny! 3-7. Oh my God.
What made the incident dangerous was not open corruption or malice, but an officer confidently misunderstanding the Constitution while carrying the authority to arrest people. He genuinely appeared to believe that offensive speech automatically became disorderly conduct if enough people complained about it. In Snyder versus Phelps, 2011, the Supreme Court held that even deeply offensive speech on public issues is protected under the First Amendment. The protesters stayed composed throughout the encounter because they understood that remaining calm would expose the weakness of the officer's position. Meanwhile, the supervisor demonstrated how quickly constitutional violations can be prevented when experienced leadership steps in before emotions override the law. The entire encounter became a perfect example of how one uninformed officer can create a legal disaster, and how one supervisor can stop that disaster seconds before it happens.